Now, if you didn't know already, this is our Golden Jubilee year. Gardeners World is 50 years old, and as part of our celebrations, which are ongoing, we've teamed up with the local news programme Points West. They have a 60th anniversary, and we wanted to do something that involved a local community. So we asked people to get in touch if they needed help transforming a community space. We set up a panel that included Joe Swift and Flo Headley. And Potterne, a village in Wiltshire, was chosen. The local youth worker, Steve Dewar, submitted ideas on behalf of the community.
Hi, Steve.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Hi.
Thank you.
Well done. Yeah. So you've been chosen, which is wonderful.
Yep.
What motivated you to put Potterne forward in the first place?
So it's a very diverse community. We've got social housing and private housing and different age groups as well. But we have kind of minimal facilities and resources. And so just the opportunity just to see things change and look after the space that we have and make it more beautiful than it is.
So what do you think that this garden will actually give to the community?
I think one is the opportunity just to come together and actually just chat. Where we've got people that have never met each other and yet probably live 100 metres from each other and have lived here for years.
So it's really exciting. Let's go and see the garden. I've never seen it yet.
It's over here.
Let's go.
You would never know there was a garden here. It's a secret spot hidden down a little lane with a big surprise.
Here we are.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
It's a brilliant space, isn't it?
Great.
This willow tunnel, it's grown a lot, hasn't it?
So this went in about 4 years ago. Literally, we created it with Wiltshire Wildlife. Came in and helped us. It needs managing.
Yes.
Well, it needs cutting and pruning, basically. But it's a great structure to have. It's really nice.
It's a lovely shape. Just it brings you in and kind of just takes you on this journey.
There's also a collection of apple trees, a rather weather-beaten polytunnel, and a big lack of anywhere to just sit down and have a cup of tea.
A few of us kind of pull in some seeds and just waited, and we're still waiting to then do something with it. And,
We've got the potential here to do quite a lot.
Yeah.
There's plenty of opportunity for learning for kids and for the whole community. You know, you grow your own stuff, you put it in the ground and
so to take it from the flower bed to the plate.
Yes.
Flo and I are only here to offer some help. The whole project is to be guided by Steve and the local community. Now, they've had lots of ideas, and based on that, I've come up with a design. So my thoughts are probably sort of starting with a sort of circular theme. So this actually sort of creates a heart to the space.
Yeah.
And I also think it's very important to create a lot of planting areas and a sense of division within the garden, and that can be done with hedging, it can be done with tall grasses, it can be done with perennials, it can be done with planting rather than structures. And it's cheaper and it's much more wildlife friendly anyway. So sort of around the perimeter, creating these areas for growing. So, you know, here we could start thinking about putting maybe a potting shed.
Yep.
This could be, you know, a play area here.
Wildflowers and things as well.
Well, yeah,
so
I mean, I think this is all to be planted up, you know, like a proper garden. So there's loads of opportunities to get, you know, pollinators. Yeah, this could be maybe a slightly jungly area over where the kids are, you know, bamboos and things like that, just for a bit of drama. And the central hub becomes this seating area. I just feel that the centre of it should be the social space.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you know, you're going to get stuck in the corner. I like the idea that you've already got here is that sort of, you know, you've got some basic zones.
While Joe and Steve start to mark out the new seating area, I'm meeting with some of the community that crucially include members of the local gardening club to create a plan to galvanise their neighbours.
If you want to do gardening, you've got to make it fun. Yeah. You really have got to make it fun. And there has to be a reward.
We've got a very active gardening club, and hopefully they will want to get involved and pass on knowledge.
Sometimes I get a bit stuck in just knowing every Saturday morning there's going to be, you know, a group of experts up there that I could take my cucumber leaf that's all yellow, because that's the problem I've got at the moment. I would love that.
It'll galvanise, I think, the whole community to see what they can offer.
From my experience of community gardens, the way to kind of bring it together, make it cohesive, is to have particular days when people know things are happening. It gives people a structure to know that actually, do you know what, there's a focus every single week. But thinking more long-term about the garden, just think about how you can use that space throughout the year, make people want to be there.
Well, the weather's taken a turn for the worse, but we haven't got time to waste, so I'm going to start work with this rather overgrown willow tunnel.
I'm just going to get a bit serious with it. And then if you can just keep pulling them out. Nice
Don't
and
be quite
clear.
ruthless with it.
Oh, yeah. You can get very ruthless with this stuff.
And word has got out fast because, despite the weather, the community is already starting the big job of weeding the raised beds.
So this time round, what do you think you need to do differently in order to keep the momentum and keep the interest?
Awareness, I think, to be fair with you, to make everyone aware that we're not just here just for 24 hours. We're here long-term to try and see if we can get the children involved, try to make them understand how we can grow vegetables so that they can take it home, so that they've got something that that belongs to them.
Well, we've taken the roof off this section completely, but it has to be done. You know, this is quite a drastic work, but now we're ready to weave in these side bits. If you just, you know, keep bending it in and out. You remember your basket weaving evening classes, Steve? I'm sure you've done a few of those.
I've got a badge.
You got a badge?
It's just so flexible as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's nice when it's this bendy. At the end,
So that will just continue to thicken up.
that'll just thicken up, and then it'll start growing out again, and then you just have to keep clipping it back. Trust me, Steve, trust me. We've done a lot today.
We've
The community.
Cracking day. It's
How
been
are
good.
you feeling about it all?
It's fantastic. It's just great seeing things starting to work and for people getting involved and people that weren't even expecting to turn up just come along and just all muck in.
So in the next few weeks, moving it on, you know, I would probably look at getting some of the infrastructure in first, you know, like the covered area, maybe, you know, digging out for the surfacing to go in, and maybe the archway over the door, and then it should all start coming together, and then you've got bite-sized projects after that.
Having a plan of, like, on the days that you want them to come down, having tasks laid out, so they know that there's something to do on those days.
It's a family thing as well.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. Give them some refreshments.
Yep.
They like a cup of tea and cake.
Oh, we all like that.
Yeah.
If anyone could do it, Steve.
You're the man.
Exactly.